Right.
Hello. Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Charlotte? Oh, she's on. Charlotte, you're on mute. Can you hear us? Oh, there you go.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yay! Can you see us?
I can see specifically just Aurora.
Okay, cool.
Interesting.
That works. Sorry about screens. We
No.
have to choose from.
It's also a vote. Now I can see everybody, but it's very dark.
Yeah.
Oh, I lowered my blinds to the reflection.
We did turn off some lights.
That's better.
Cool. Sorry about that, everybody. It's just ladies' night here. Everybody's, all the guys are away. Okay.
Is Blythe there?
Hi. Yes.
Heck yes. That means we have quorum, right?
We do. We do, which is exciting.
Okay.
Recording. We're fine. It's actually I'm leaving. I'm leaving. It's fine. Okay, sorry. We can start whenever. Don't
Oh, good. Okay, cool.
play around.
Okay, we're gonna come to order at 5:42 and minutes for April 2025. We need to approve those? Can I get a motion to approve them?
Make that motion.
Laura makes the motion. Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
Cool. All in favor?
Aye.
Sounds good.
I just couldn't find the building, but we're here.
Uh,
No, the SLDC. Yep, I found it.
do you want the treasurer's report?
Yes, please.
Okay. Our operations account has $14,119.73. And our grants account has $8,552.97.
Yay.
All right. I don't have the quarter 4/6er funds update yet because Christine was up in the air on whether or not she was having the baby. I haven't heard back from Tori yet. I will take that as a due out to follow up with Tori again and see what's going on. Email
Is
Tori.
Christina CH or a K?
CH.
Thanks.
We don't have any additional deposits right now. The only payment we have to approve is a $552 dollar, and I'm pulling it back up. I wrote the check yesterday. It's sinking. 552.50 to Charlotte, which Jess and I signed yesterday and got to her because she's out of town. So that is all set. I went under the auspices that we previously voted to pay her a set amount, and that's within the budget. So I figure we'll just go for that.
That invoice number 8. Invoice number.
Yes, invoice number 8.
Good.
Policy adoptions. Did Jeremy send those? Is that what happened?
Jeremy did not send a procurement policy. That's still being drafted. But he did send. Right, let me just make sure that was correct.
Is that a disposition of property?
Yes.
I'm like,
Yes,
what?
okay. I have not had a chance to finish the purchasing policy, but he might be able to by Tuesday. I didn't hear any updates, so no updates there other than it's currently being drafted. And then the disposition of property policy, he had me put on our letterhead, so I'm saying that's good to go. Yes, and Jeremy said we could put it up for adoption. I don't know, well, I was hoping to bring it up on Zoom here, but that's not going very well. But it is linked in the agenda, so I don't know if people want to. They have reviewed it.
We don't really have property
We don't really have property.
transfer. Yeah. Does anyone feel strongly about adopting it or not adopting it at this juncture? I assume this is the same one that the village uses. Just on our letterhead.
I am not sure. But this one looked fine to me, and it's although we don't need it now, hopefully we get to a place where we do
Maybe.
someday.
Can I get a motion to adopt it?
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
I'll second. I assume I'm allowed to do that. All in favor?
Yeah.
These opposed? Cool.
And do we need to do anything special to file this with the comptroller, or do we actually just submit this form? Is there another one that needs to be attached to it?
It's a good
I
question.
believe we just put it in the Paris database.
Okay,
So, which Jeremy has been kind enough to be handling for us, but I will check with him.
Okay.
Okay.
I did find something interesting with our in our bylaws.
Oh, yes.
When I was reading through them today, once we've met quorum, if someone has to leave, quorum does not disappear.
I love it.
Yeah, I thought that was very useful. 'Cause I know we've done that. Jeremy left but we voted on something before Jeremy left.
Like, I need to reread them.
And we didn't have to do that.
Okay.
Anyway,
Check in with Charlotte. And we're gonna vote, right?
Well, yeah, I'd like to. So I sent everybody last night 10 minutes updated budget for the fixed upper fund application. So I think we all know, but for those, just for a refresher, we had 3 folks apply for fixed upper fund funds. They're all in the Park Avenue neighborhood. I think they pretty much fit exactly what we're looking to do. There was some concern from a few folks that they're not within like eyesight of each other, but I don't think that's even in our program guidelines. They have to be, honestly. So I don't know where that came from, honestly. But
I think we had talked about it and it just hadn't made it in.
yeah, potentially. But there are 3 people in one neighborhood. They got together because of this. It's like, it's exactly what we're trying to do. And it's exactly our budget as well, pretty much. We have $5,000 from Cloud Splitter plus like some operating budget, and we also got $1,000 extra from Cloud Splitter or something from like floating money.
Like 6.
They're asking for like 50 or $100. So it's like exactly what we have the budget to do. It's exactly the kind of things that we want to be funding. I don't see any reason that we wouldn't, personally.
Did you guys get to look at Temnet's updated budget?
I was much happier with
Yeah.
itemized.
Cool.
So thank you for sourcing that and
Yeah.
getting that information back to us. Thank you.
And I think that was good to set precedence, just to ask for that information,
I agree.
so that we have it as we go forward with other applications.
Totally.
Anybody have any concerns or discussions?
I wanted to go over I just wanted to make sure we addressed. I know Jeremy had a concern, right? So Matt said, yes, he would vote to approve.
Mhm.
We addressed the eyesight of each other. I think the eyesight of each other came from what was stated in the paper, so, that's that, and then. I know Jeremy wrote about something, I just wanna make sure we address everything. Okay, so yes, Jeremy is in favor, but on April 28th, he says, but feel we should discuss whether we are okay with something like this in the future, or if we want to tighten our guidelines. Do we feel like we need to tighten our guidelines at this moment in time? I think, no, we've received
Yeah, I think for this
Valid.
round, I think for this round, it's fine. I think if we get additional funding, then we can go from there.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think this is kind of exactly what I want to see happening. Honestly, I don't know what I would tighten. It's like, great, we have someone, now let's make it harder. Like, I don't know. That doesn't seem super useful for me.
I saw Temnet put out like a call on the like Park Ave Facebook neighborhood group, and so I was like, okay, I like that has happened, and so like they didn't know each other because they aren't like visual distance from each other, and so I think while the visual impact would be more if you could kind of all see them, I like the connecting new people in the neighborhood better.
I'm not even convinced the visual impact would be more. Yeah, it'd maybe be more at once if you're standing in the exact single location in the village where you can see all three houses and you're looking for them. Maybe, sure, I guess. But like if you're walking through Park Ave, the impact of having three separate houses in three different spots be revitalized, I think is just as much of a improvement, personally.
I think we have to I don't know that we want to solidify that they have to be in eyesight of each other, just because there are some, like this house, Barb Omen's house, there's some that are just not going to be in eyesight of that many neighbors, but they still live in the same neighborhood.
Right, yeah, I think the neighborhood part's the most important.
So, but it is great how it happened. I don't know if we could, I mean, just watch this as it goes through so that we can maybe like highlight it online or have a success story later or something, you know.
I mean, I bet they wouldn't mind us interviewing them.
So yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, yard signs, we had talked about maybe creating yard signs, do we think that's gonna be a go?
Yeah.
Yes, I will. Yes.
Awesome.
Cool, all right, and can I get a motion to approve?
Sure, I'll move.
Cool. Can I get a second?
I'll second that.
Cool. All in favor?
Aye.
Also, if I'm going too fast, let me know.
Yay!
Yay!
Our first one.
So I think I have a draft award letter in the drive. I don't know if you want to use that and just, you want to do that, or do you want to just email them back? How formal would you like to be?
Like a word letter, like in the mail, you mean?
Well, like, if you want to steal the language off of it, I guess probably we have all their emails, so you could email them all back. And
Yeah.
say, like,
With
congratulations,
that letter,
it's
I'd be fine with
approved,
that.
reviewed it, we selected you. Go ahead and move forward, and then like send us your receipts and we'll reimburse you, right?
Yeah,
Is that right? Yeah, cool. Thank
Cool.
you.
yeah, thank you. That's great. I'm really excited about this. I think this is awesome. I do want to bring up, maybe we don't discuss it too much today, but I do want to bring up the difficulty in finding funding sources for this program. It's very hard. Most funding sources want like projects that are already decided or shovel ready. There's not a lot for residential properties. I had the thought recently to reach out, because I know that this program was developed, like influenced by other similar programs in different towns in New York State. I thought of reaching out to their local development corporations to see how they're funding them, because I cannot find another place to find money for this dang program. I mean, even if we do get money from all the banks and Coakley's that I talked to, what's that going to be? Another $6,000, $8,000? We want more than that for this. So I have no idea where we will get more money for this, other than like reaching out to the people who have already done this project in different places and seeing where they're getting money for it.
Sure.
And maybe cause we can make a yearly commitment, but even then it's $5,000 a year.
What if we did, maybe I'll do some research online to find some larger building brand names that might be able to sponsor, like paint brands or things of that nature.
A
Yeah,
lot of contractors go to Lowe's, Home Depot. I
Yeah.
don't know what that looks like, but especially because of sometimes lack of contractors in the area, you know, so maybe places in Plattsburgh as well, or.
Lowe's does have a foundation, but from what I was reading, they're really interested in developing skilled tradespeople. So I don't know if we need to revisit the project and say, we're gonna hire people fresh out of BOCES or something like that. But that seemed to be what I was reading for them anyway. That seemed to be the angle that they're really interested in, is developing trades.
Cool. See, it's already so hard, I feel like, for us to get people to apply to this program, especially in its early stages, that like I'm so wary about basically any restriction being put on it like that. We only had 2 applications for this program since we really did the press release almost 2 months ago. I think once successful projects start happening, then it'd be more likely that more people apply. But you know, one of the applications was, it did not fit our requirements in a lot of pretty big ways. And this is the only one that did, right? So I feel like we basically can't restrict it at all.
Yeah.
Until maybe more people start applying, you know, then we can put some kind of restriction on it if it allows us to get some money for it, but it's a really hard balancing act.
It's honestly, it's the same. I'm not surprised we got so few applications, because it's a similar problem to what we had for the COVID mini grants. And even that was like, give us your name, give us your business name, tell us what you're spending the money on, maybe give us a receipt. And then like, it was basically an auto reimbursement. We weren't even like down selecting really. And we still were like going to businesses around and we were like, please just apply. We will give you $300. Just give us a receipt. Like, so yeah, I think it's not always at people's top of mind unless like they're really thinking about doing the thing and let me go find. So, but I agree with you that like any restriction, yeah, probably does reduce applicants. But I was both surprised and not surprised at the number of applicants.
Yep, cool. I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's
get
good to
get us thinking about it.
How did going to Coakley and banks and stuff, how did that go?
I gave them all my information. I checked in on them, and they just basically like, "Oh, we haven't got it. You know,
Great.
we don't know. It's in progress." And I'm like, "Cool. That's all the information you're willing to give me." Sick.
All right.
Did you reach out to Abishan at all?
I did not reach out to Abishan at all. No.
I mean, that might be, I don't know that they would do it repetitively, but I wonder if that's something that they would do like in concert with their opening
Oh,
of the reopening of the store across from Kinney's.
When is that happening? That building isn't even constructed yet.
I believe it's supposed to be in the fall of this year or next year, or
I say nothing's happening over there right now.
Yeah.
there were
Just get
there
one.
were people over there.
They,
yesterday.
I will look on my notes from yesterday. I think it was either the fall or it was next year. Let me see real quick.
And this fall would be a hell of a turnaround time.
Yeah, because it's just, we call it the dirt pit when we drive by.
Angie this isn't, I'm trying to figure out how to make this fit, so maybe you all are. Your brains will put it together, but Angie is doing, they're calling them house calls. Angie will sponsor a small home improvement project if you have unconventional circumstances, medical, that kind of thing. I didn't know how we could leverage that. I don't think we can. I don't think we can. Because it has to be the homeowner, and it's one project.
I think if we know about those resources, if somebody applies that doesn't quite fit the program, but we can see that they maybe might get help there, then we could help them with that. And it's 2026 that they're planning on opening.
26.
That's from the Community Development Office, so I don't know the accuracy. But I believe it's 2026 that Abishan is opening.
How much money like per place would be ideal, Charlotte?
I don't know if there's an ideal number. I think our guidelines have a maximum number. The number is quite a bit. It's $15,000. I don't know. I don't really have like. I don't know what an ideal would be. We would need to start getting applications in and seeing what they're asking for, right?
Yeah.
And you said 1.5, right?
That's
Yes.
what our guidelines has is the maximum ask. Yes.
So it might be good to just as a goal to try
Raise
to
that.
raise that for all of us to find that money.
Yeah.
Cause I know that there are like contractors, roofers, people that work a lot in the area that would probably donate something. I just don't know what would be like an ideal ask for all the work they do in the area, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just anything.
So I wrote a
You've been
document.
asking for 1,000?
I've been
from
asking
banks?
for 2. That's for
Okay.
like bigger companies, right? That's for like banks, and that's from Copeland.
Yeah.
So maybe 1,000 would be the reasonable amount to ask for like contractors. That's what we're doing.
Are we allowed to do sponsorships and put sponsors like logos on the website of people that sponsor the program?
I just don't see why not. I think I was offering that.
Yeah, yeah.
How like people, if they're doing a roof, they put a sign like,
Yeah.
we're doing your roof, or contractors or architects are like, this is a Finney design project. Like if they're able to put their stuff in the lawn and say, we did this, you know.
Well, then even on the, if we do a success story, have that it was sponsored by, you know, money from these sources or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what my letter of like my donation request letter says. So
Any additional thoughts on Fixer Upper?
not in Fixer Upper.
Okay. Covered bike parking.
Covered bike parking. So currently we have a total of 7,250 secured out of a prospective budget of 12,000. We have the Franklin County Destination Development and Marketing Program grant of 6,000. We have Adirondack Health 500. We have Stewart's giving us 750, and I had a verbal offer from Silver Birch Bikes of 500, but that has not been confirmed in writing. So So we're definitely making some movement with the funding on that project. I'm really struggling to make movement on the actual implementation of the project. Black Mountain Architecture does not have bandwidth for it at the moment, and Adirondack Design was hard to reach for a while. And now they wanted to talk with the village and have me, them, and the village in the same room, and I haven't even gotten a response from Bachana. So I've been really struggling to get that to happen. And the Franklin County money requires to be used within a year. So like it needs to happen.
So you're trying to get a meeting between you, Bashana, and which company?
Adirondack Design at the moment.
Can you just send me, because we talked about this yesterday, can you send me the Adirondack Design contact info and I will try to be forceful?
Sure,
Yes, sir.
Jess, can you put those in the minutes? That requests for me to do that in the minutes, because I have a new computer, I don't know where notes are and how this works. I'm a Mac now, a Mac girly.
Very nice. I just got a new Mac too.
Oh, it's not new, it's 6 years old, but it's refurbished.
Good for you.
Cool.
I like barista.
Other-
I have a 6-year-old Mac.
Are they wanting to talk to Bashana because of the location of where it's done? Why do they want to?
Well, I think it's because they had questions that like I couldn't really answer. It is village property, so I think they just want, to have the people who own the property and have maybe more jurisdiction over the project than me there also, which I think is a fair request. Steph, did you ever talk to Kirk yet?
I cannot get him to get back to me. Is
Awesome.
he still alive? It's like the guy who was supposed to do our audit in
Sometimes I
20.
feel like every person in North Country, when they're not in the same room as me, is like Schrodinger, and I don't know if they're actually alive or
Yeah.
not. Because people don't respond to anything, I feel like, until they're in the room with you. That's kind of the problem I've been hitting with so many people recently.
And that's our auditor.
No, this is a different, no, that's the original auditor who was supposed to help us, yeah, just like completely ghosted me, and I think he may actually have died. Kirk is on PTAB.
Arts and Culture Advisory Board.
Arts and
Culture.
Culture, Kirk Sullivan.
Oh, yes, and they're doing the mural where we want to put the bike.
Right, and that needs to be coordinated, but we still haven't gotten to coordinate that.
They meet when I'm supposed to be going to those meetings, and I probably missed a May April one
Okay.
because I was out of town, but
I'm gonna email him right now.
check the calendar. They meet on the 21st. So I'll put that in my calendar right now. And I'll message you guys before they do. Before I go to see if you heard back. How about that?
Arts and culture. ACAB, right? Okay. Catherine. At Berkeley, lovely screen.
And what info are we looking for again?
I need to get the contact info on 80K Design from Charlotte.
Yeah,
So that I can
okay.
set up a meeting, and now the thing with Kirk is
Yeah.
because they're gonna put a mural and we're looking to put the parking, the covered
Yeah.
parking there. And so we want to make sure we're not conflicting with like making sure there's lighting and making sure there's access to the mural with the bike parking.
Is that something that we've already designed and we need sign off from, or we need input before design is made?
I think we're just looking for input and trying to deconflict so that we're not gonna cause
Okay.
a problem after they've already started this mural.
Do they already have the mural picked out?
There is a mural contest. The intent is to put a mural there. Beyond that, I don't know what stage they're at, and that's why we're trying to.
As a I was just thinking the covered bike parking might actually give them more options for like the electronic stuff that they have been doing. Electronic art and.
Okay.
Anything else, Charlotte?
Yeah, I'm getting bottom surgery in June, so I'll be out of here. So, uh, I don't know, be ready to fill my hole, no pun intended, for.
That's in June, you said?
Yeah,
I feel like I thought July. Why did I think it was July?
I don't know.
My brain is broken.
I mean, I might be able to do exactly what I'm doing currently and do a remote join on our next meeting on June 8th, because I won't be in Brazil yet. But I will probably not be able to meet in person at the next meeting, and I might be able to meet on Zoom in July too, but I certainly will have not done anything between the two meetings, so.
We have your current contract going to the end of June anyway, right? I think.
Correct.
I'm 90% sure. Yes, okay.
So
Awesome.
I'm not sure what you all want to do about that. If we're gonna keep me on some degree, doing some work. Yeah. But just making sure it's on your radar. It's coming up pretty soon.
Yes.
And when will you be back?
Define back.
Back to in a working capacity?
Probably late July,
Oh, so just a month.
month and a half.
That's not bad.
The
Especially since
question
July,
about-
I don't know about other meetings, but it seems like July is really busy for people on different committee meetings, so I
Yeah,
don't know how much would be happening.
I will check in with you when I'm back from travel next week, because I think you will be back, and then we can meet up to at least sort of like roll everything up. So that like, we know where everything is. We know everything's locked down, and then we'll go forward, sort of like probably after surgery and see how you're feeling, where you're at, what our funding looks like. Because I think by then we'll have whatever funding we're getting for the village for operating. So. Yeah.
mhm.
Budget
July
season.
1st, right?
July 1st. Oh, okay.
That's when the new budget starts.
Okay, so then we'll know in the next month then.
We're currently,
Okay.
I think that was put into the budget, if that's what you're worried.
My understanding is that it was put in, and I just think I'm sure had you guys voted on it yet.
Yeah, we voted on the budget.
Okay, cool. And it got passed.
From there.
Oh, awesome.
So we have money, yay,
Yeah.
sweet.
Good.
Well,
Okay.
that's all I can think of at the moment.
Anything else? Okay.
Sorry, I had a meeting with Katrina and Bailey last week about just kind of like who's working on what. There's like no worry about conflicts of interest at all, as I can see right now. And they were like, yeah, if you apply to a T-Mobile grant, we'll apply to a T-Mobile grant. We'll all apply to T-Mobile grants. Maybe one of us will get one. I don't really care. So they're not too worried about stepping on toes. So,
If they're not worried, I'm not worried.
yep, same.
Awesome. Thank you for meeting with them.
Yeah, of course.
Anything else at the moment?
I got nothing.
Okay, old business, cups.
Cups.
What do you think about cups, guys?
I wanna do something with cups. I think it would be great.
Have we talked to any of the businesses that we've gotten, like Norries or Origins or anything to get support on it?
Not that I know of.
No, our outreach priorities have been with for the Fixer Upper Fund and the bike parking. Um,
I'll talk to Norris and Origins.
Okay.
I'd be happy to. What is like the ideal pitch? Like we supply the cups, we supply all of the things, and then just kind of explain how the exchange program would work? Like, what's the best way to pitch it?
Yeah,
Or
so
see
I
if
guess
they'd be open to,
see if they'd be open to that kind of a program, if you just talk to them and like tell them about the other programs that you know about. See if they'd be open to it, and we will go from there, because I know that we are still trying to figure out where we would source cups from.
right?
yeah.
Um,
I would
Would
love
we
to
still
find
need
non.
to reach out to Origin, considering I work there?
Do you want to? I know you have a
If we
lot.
think that would be a better move, then.
Go
I
for
think
it.
we do.
yes, go for it.
Alright.
You're behind the scenes, you know what will and will not fly, so.
Yeah, give me the pitch.
Okay, and I'll talk to Norris.
And I think that would be, I mean, it would be great if, since it's the beginning of the program, if we explain the idea of how the exchange would work, but ask for their input.
Yeah, what would
Because-
work for them too?
Yeah, what would be best for you?
And should we do like early dawn? Should we ask them, like the smaller?
Yeah, I think if you're gonna talk to whoever's got like takeaway
Yeah.
situations.
Okay.
I suppose then. I can also take the next month to kind of like come up with a actual project plan. Also depending on their feedback and stuff like that, but logistics.
Just give
is a little-
me, give me like what you actually want me to say and mention to them and ask them.
Okay.
I'm a little bit wary that we can't get anybody from the like existing program to talk to us.
Yeah.
From what I saw, the people in Ireland, I think they're really focused on expanding. They completely revamped their website. And they are now like in a crazy amount of places in Ireland, and their headquarters is now in London or something like that. So I think they're really focused on them at this point.
Yeah.
From what I was, that's totally conjecture, but
And the other one we had seen in California was just like a pilot program.
yeah, and we could go through. I don't think I didn't reach out to them, but we could.
We could.
Where-
Do they use plastic as well, though?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Where is the program in California?
Oh, follow something?
Was it Palo Alto?
Yes.
So like Silicon Valley.
Yeah, and that was just. A very short stint that wasn't even completed. And they were working with commercial brands as well. But I can reach out and see.
I wonder if any of like. What places in California is using the cups? If there's any up in so I'll be in Sacramento.
Okay,
I have to go back to Sacramento on Thursday, so so I'll be there for a week and a half.
okay,
So if there's anything that needs to be checked out, I'm happy to go do that.
okay.
Oh. We'll get Charlotte a pitch. We will.
Yep.
Try to get in touch with some other people.
And I could also
Uh,
give, like, without even asking them, I can give you input on like whether something will work or not, so.
Yeah.
But I'm also happy to reach out to the owners.
Okay, anything else for reusable cups?
Can we try and find non-plastic ones?
So there was this little place in Maine. It was a bar, but same concept. They had a rack above the bar that people had stored their mugs on. Like their regulars would come in and grab their mug, and then
Yeah.
It's like Grizzle tea.
I was gonna say Grizzle Teas did that, or does
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
do they do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that would not be plastic, but for regulars,
Yeah.
because I know that, I mean, there's a lot of people that have meetings at Origins or Norris all the time.
Non-alcoholic mug club.
But yeah, but you could do like an actual mug.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, if people, I mean, like, if people are staying, they're often going to get a ceramic mug from us anyway. If they
That's
stick
true.
around. But if they're going, like any travel mug, I don't know.
Yeah,
They have like partial wheat mugs. You know, that can be ordered in bulk, I saw. And then you could also add a logo to it, because I know that you guys had talked about possibly doing a competition for a logo.
Like artwork.
So I think that would be cool. Just if we could try and do as least amount of plastic as possible.
Yeah.
And then people could keep them as keepsakes if they want to, like we said.
Yeah, that would be great.
okay, cool.
As if it's like $1 or $2 more than a regular cup, but people get to keep it, then that would add up, I feel like.
Okay. Flower pots. We don't have Jeremy here.
We don't have
Be able to talk to the village. I guess if Bachana is radio silent, then no, we don't. Because we were gonna talk to the village about would they be able to have the highway department
Yeah.
or yeah, Public Works put them out.
Yeah, I'd love to have me trying to about that.
Okay. I will include that in the ADK design.
Yeah, I will call Bachana one time before I have you do it.
Okay. That's fine.
I know yeah,
That's exactly right. And
I saw him on Friday.
There's a lot happening.
he's a busy boy.
so, like, we could.
Is his partner back from, where is she going to school in Europe?
Feel like
Netherlands.
Netherlands?
Doing what I
Okay.
want to do.
regular cup.
Lucky.
Extra.
Okay.
And then you'll have to school.
Cool. Any new business? New?
No, I don't think so.
New business?
I did pick up some information on new programs that are coming out that might help us. That. In the new budget.
Okay.
So if those come to fruition and they actually fund them, then we can look at going after them.
Oh, sure.
So other than that, I don't have anything. Have you guys seen these wheat cups? Because I can search for a source where we can get them commercially.
I sent Stephanie an email about it last time when I wasn't able to make it. Aurora pulled up the cups I was talking about, and you can like get them printed. But it's just coming up with a plan of like, okay, if these cups are $2 more than the other cups, but we also have to give something to the people that are having them in the store.
Yeah.
So what would turn a sustainable profit and source of income for us? But I love those cups,
Yeah, they look great.
you know?
Yeah.
I know they're partially wheat and partially plastic.
Well, this brand is 51% wheat, where other brands are only 10%.
Yes.
So or 20%. So that's good.
Yes. And I like the oatmeal ones. So maybe.
If they're made with wheat, is there a dietary concern? Or at this point, it's so processed and it's just like, that's the same thing as eating a wooden spoon.
Probably.
It's made out of the cane. So I don't know that there would
Okay.
be,
Gluten in the cane.
Right.
I don't know that there would be.
I feel like that's a
I
fair
have no
question.
Dietary restrictions, I don't know.
I feel like that's a fair question. Okay. Oh, great. Okay.
The finance committee should probably meet at some point.
That me and you and Aurora.
Yep.
Okay, we can schedule that offline after this, maybe?
Yeah,
Cool. All right.
because we haven't done it yet.
Yes. Anything, speak now or hold your peace until you send me an email. Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Cool.
Enjoy
Jeff,
Rochester.
send me the recording of this meeting so I can upload it to YouTube.
Yep. I'm gonna put that down as a thing to do. All right.
I can't wait to drive back to Saranac Lake right now.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
You're driving back right
Right
now?
now?
I'm about to. I literally like drove from Rochester. In my this they're moving, so there's no bed anymore. But this
Oh,
bed
no.
here, this bed is where I recovered from facial feminization surgery. I'm in Syracuse.
Oh, wow.
I just got back from my post-operation appointment. And I stopped back here on my way back to Saranac Lake so that I can join this meeting.
I'm sorry.
And then now I'm going to get a milkshake and then continue my way.
Drive safe.
Yeah, drive safely.
Thanks. I already took a half an hour nap my way here. So, and my car has a check engine light on, and when I hit the brake, my car wobbles. I'll be fine.
Oh.
Don't hit the brake.
That's the goal.
I will be safe.
Thanks. I'll do my best. I'm just trying.